Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mom. She's no longer with me, but she was the impetus for me learning this. I didn't speak until I was around 6, but I did experience and feel. And how that happened is my mother did not inform anybody, and the ones that knew that I didn't speak were told not to tell me that something was wrong with me and that I couldn't speak, which I did not find out until I was 60. Thank you, Aunt Marion. My mom was a very, I learned, I didn't know that until I learned it from other kids and stuff like that my mother was kind of unusual and unique in that she was very aware of how, if she said certain things to me, like, can't you speak? Why aren't you speaking? That would create trauma. And I can't speak for her, but I am so thankful that she understood that. And so what that allowed me to do is observe and listen. And when I was ready to start talking, and it was difficult, language for a very long time. Writing was the next challenge. But I was lucky, and I had some very caring souls that saw me for what I was and not for what I wasn't. And that kept encouraging me to learn more. And just as an aside, I guess, when I got my iPhone, I recognized how much it could help me in doing and creating all that I wanted, which on my own I couldn't, because I didn't have those tools that I needed to remember and stay organized, etc. Well, anyway, the ranch, I thought, was for others that I was going to help, and what I realized the ranch was first to heal me and teach me how to live in the present moment, to take everything step by step, and know that if I didn't come up with a solution, I needed to put it aside, let it go, and move to the next decision. And it created this magnificent environment for healing. And there's something about the trees understanding that, or I understanding, I should say, the trees, when I walked by them and they were thirsty, or they weren't getting the right nutrients, or they just weren't in the right part of the environment and they needed to be moved. And all of this helped me heal. And there was a lot of healing, because it was not only losses and the inability to bear my own children, but there were the loss, or the soon-to-be loss of my large intestines. At least that's what I was told, until I empowered myself by embracing my SPIES and really working and listening and understanding where the disease was being nourished and where the disease could be healed. And I successfully have put my Crohn's disease in a place of normalcy where I can live and eat and enjoy, as long as I am aware of what will and does agitate it. And so there are so many layers to what has happened here, but bringing me to a place of bringing horses here was very traumatic for me, because I had been thrown by a horse in a very unusual way, on a trail ride, nothing aggressive, and the horse decided to literally find a limb in which it could go under, but I could not. And then it aggressively came around the tree and reared as if it wanted to hurt me. And it left me with a terrible fear and trauma of what did I do to create that kind of violent and aggressive reaction from the horse. And when I trained as an equine assisted coach, I trained because there was a horse that spoke to me in an arena. I was put into an arena face to face with a horse and shared that experience. And that horse, clearly not by talking to me, but by sharing an energetic that it wasn't you, it was the horse that was in pain. And that the horse needed me off. And that was the only way the horse can take care of itself. And once I recognized that, wow, how much of our traumas are like that, a misinterpretation, and that's why having multiple perspectives available to us is the way that we can hear what we are believing, but what isn't really true. And it's a beautiful process of personal healing. And it has healed addicts, it has healed trauma victims, it's healed people that have been afraid to be around other people with social anxiety. And it's not my healing, it is the learning of healing yourself with your SPIES, conversing, talking, trusting, and having our soulful self guide the team to a new level of life.